booked, exhausted. Your inbox is screaming at you like a siren. Your calendar is still full. Still calling yourself visible and you're just the best kept secret? Turns out I was right there with you, my friend. Wasn't getting seen, was just the best kept secret. Wasn't getting heard, definitely, kind of getting paid. But here, the magic, my friend. It's a collaboration between Colleen Stubbs and Nicole Borghi, the Voice Lab on the school platform. I was right there with you. How to use podcast spotlights, summit stages, and simplified. Yeah, that's right. Simple outreach systems so your visibility actually works. Get seen, get heard. Join the free Voice Lab on the school platform, and you're going to get it all. Because if you're working this hard, someone else should know about it. Scan the QR code today.
All right, all right. Welcome back. It's another Thursday, and we're back for more on a Voice Lab, a little short intro. Here we go. And what are we doing here today, folks? Hey, it's good to be here. It's great to be here. It is 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're on the Voice Lab podcast, and we want you to stop chasing that visibility and start converting it. Voice Lab helps entrepreneurs turn visibility into real business growth. So let's get into it. What is our topic today? We're going to convert. We're talking about conversions. And what does that mean? It's really fueling entrepreneurs today to talk about post follow-up on the events. I know it doesn't seem like it's all that fun, but it's really going from one stage to 100 conversations. When you grab the mic, when you get on the stage, you're going to have those conversations. The DM framework, a little bit about, those direct messaging. How does it work? This is without the bots. So you want to be careful when we get into that. We'll get a little bit more into that, and repurposing content, because you know what? Repurposing is great, and you want to reuse and renew everything, and how to turn one event into 30 days of authority. How do you build authority? And who am I? You know what, you guys? I'm Nicole Borghi. I'm glad you're here. I'm the hostess with the mostest, and I want you to start getting attention. Be honest. Is your business getting the attention that it needs, or is your ring light doing all the heavy lifting? And it can these days. You don't want to just get on camera and just talk to it, right? That's not what we're here for. We are here to move the needle and provide solutions. And really, I'm an event to scale visibility leader, and I show entrepreneurs how to leverage virtual events as a marketing machine, really building those authority platforms and scale influence and revenue. And it starts with something as simple as your social media, but it also goes right into podcasting, workshops, and summits. So let's get into it. And here I'm going to bring up, good morning, Colleen. How are you?
I'm doing really well. I am so glad to be here today. I think this is going to be great. And there's one part of what we're discussing today that really excites me as an entrepreneur who specializes in business simplification. So, who am I? I'm Colleen Stubbs. I'm the founder of Simplified CEO Systems. What I do is I white label, go high level, and then I take everything out of it, I customize it and brand it, and only give my clients exactly what they need. I remove the chaos. No more tech chaos with me. So when we're looking at building a business, the easiest way to scale is to simplify. It's hard to take, it's just like going on a trip, right? If you have to pack 15 bags to go somewhere for 2 days, it's a lot of work. If you just take the necessities with you, it's a lot easier to go and to relax and to enjoy. And you spend a lot less time worried about the luggage and all the things you brought, right? So that's what we do inside Simplified CEO Systems. And today, when we're diving into this, I will tell you partway through when we get to it, which part as a simplification strategist is my favorite. You're muted.
I know. I'm getting there. I've got screens popping and you stopped talking. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm back on this screen now. That's the way the ball bounces. But here we are. Let's just go with it. So you know what? It's really today, it's talking about events. And I'm gonna play the video first off. We're still working with Alex Hormozy because he makes things simple, he makes things easy. and he is great at saying the same thing over again. It's repeating yourself constantly. You have to repeat yourself. Why? Because first of all, people want to know that you know what you're talking about. And in 5 minutes, if you can't repeat in some form or fashion what you just told somebody, and you can't articulate it at least 3 times, we learned from those old commercials, you want to say the phone number 3 times on TV. That was a magical number in media, in commercials. You want to share it again, share it again, share it again, because it's the repetition. It is muscle memory. For one, for two, there's so much going on and people are just scrolling. They're forgetting to comment. So as a reminder right here, right now, you guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and please put a comment in the chat. And we love it when you do. We love being able to talk to you, answer your questions. If you got a question, let us know. So we're glad you're here. Good morning. Good morning. And what this is, Alex Hermosi talking about follow-up strategies with affiliation in mind for people when he did his $100 million leads book. So I'm going to go ahead and play that and bring that on screen. And we'll talk more about that post follow-up strategy, because you're generating leads. A summit, an event, is a great place to start to generate leads. You're putting it out there. You're doing the marketing thing. So let's play this here.
I mean, I probably get plenty of people to go. I wanted to use every single one of the methods I talk about in the book to promote the book itself. And one of those methods is called affiliate marketing. And so the way that I actually did this in the real world was that we created an affiliate opt-in, which is just put your name, your email, your phone number, and then what we would give them is a unique URL. So a custom link that if someone clicked their link, it would take them to the leads opt-in page for the event, but it would be tracked back to them. And then the top 10 affiliates, I said I would hop on a live Q&A call with their audience if they won and they were in the top 10. As anyone who got at least 10 people to show up to the event, I would give 2 bonus chapters from my book that I'm not going to release with the book as an added benefit. And if you think about this, it's because I want to incentivize the highest affiliates to promote the most and be competitive, but I don't want somebody who has like a 100-person email list to think, oh, well, I'm never going to win that. Why bother? Well, there's also a prize that everyone can win. There's scarcity at the top, but then just a tiny hurdle for everyone, which is actually one of the strategies I talk about when creating an affiliate compensation system, because it actually works the same way whether you're promoting an event or supplements or widgets or services. It all works the same way. So inside this video, I'm going to talk about who to pick to affiliate with, how to onboard them properly and set expectations, how to get them to start advertising, and how to keep them advertising along the way, and a little bonus of how to structure that offer. All right, so the first thing that you have to figure out when you're creating an affiliate strategy or an influencer strategy is who's the ideal affiliate. One of the more advanced advertising strategies is that you actually have 2 customers now. You have your affiliate avatar and then you have your customer avatar. So now it means that you have to deliver to 2 types of people rather than 1. And that's where it gets more complicated if you're starting out. That being said, there's different ways of doing this in different industries. For example, if I'm a brick and mortar business, my affiliate strategy is, let's say I'm a massage person. I could then go and say, okay, what are all the big businesses in the area, and say, okay, these guys hire 10 new employees a week. It's a big corporation. I say, hey, Mr. Corporation, I want to give each of your new employees 2 free massages on the house. Here's a coupon. You can give it to them in their new employee packet. Why would that business say no to giving their employees some sort of treat? And for me, I'm happy to just get new customers. And if I make that partnership now with 10 or 100 companies, then I'm going to be able to fill up my books. And how much did that cost me in advertising? Literally only the effort to reach out to them and make the ask, right? And so you have, with an affiliate strategy, 2 levels of offers. What's the offer you're going to make them? And then what's the offer they're going to make on your behalf to their customers, right? And so
all right. So the simplicity in this and the great thing about this is that, and we'll get more into depth on the affiliate marketing and other forms, functions of lead generation. And affiliate marketing is a great way to generate leads and promote your business with collaboration. And if you're, let's just say you're running an event, you're running a summit, you're going to sell an upgrade. You're going to sell a VIP. That VIP is for $44. And you want to give people that share your wonderful event with people, whether they are on your stage, they're in the audience, or they're maybe in a networking group. And some people can attend, but some people have that aligned audience. Make sure that they're aligned. Make sure that they're also quality people that you can trust sharing your product, and they're really going to talk about your product, not just how amazing it is and how great the event is going to be, but also that you can trust that they are going to share what the actual product is and what they get in the package, that they're not going to be go into a big kind of big fish story and kind of skew the details. So you want to have that conversation with them, and then just give them something like a Thrivecart link. I do it all the time. If you want more, if you have questions about Thrivecart, feel free to reach out. I can help you walk through it. It's a great way to promote your business and make some money. When that is all said and done and you get that all together, maybe you give somebody $4. Let's just say it's 44, you give them $4, you give them 20%, you give them 40%. So whether you want to take a flat fee and give it to them, or you want to share people or percentage, they click the link, they put in their email, they sign up, they share the link with their friends, family, and followers, and that's advertising for you. It's as easy as that. There's a whole bunch of stuff and things in the background, but the point of this is that it's marketing. Not only is it marketing, but it's building leads. So you're bringing leads in from all these great groups, these networking groups, these collaboration groups, women's groups, men's groups, wherever you want to put them. You're sharing this, and you can reach out to your audience and say, hey, thank you so much for being a really cool audience member or client. I want to share some added value. And people don't mind sharing because they make a couple bucks too. And perhaps they can't attend, or they know that you have absolutely a wonderful event and they want to share that a little bit more. So you're giving them an added bonus, and you're sharing massive value with your people by sharing this marketing. And all those people that come in are leads. Maybe people are interested. Maybe people want to just come in for free. But that's a way, it's a great way to capture leads and market yourself. So it all comes back to all this form and fashion of marketing, and then you're getting people into your event. You're getting more people into your event. People got skin in the game. They get a replay. Maybe they get a one-to-one with you. Maybe you're adding a little extra value in that package, and you're sharing this in marketing, and then more people are coming. More people are getting to know you from outside. You didn't have to run these crazy Facebook ads, collect all this data. You just know that you have great people that support you. And then now you have to have that post follow-up strategy. And this is, for Colleen, you said you had some great follow-up strategy for people in events, whether they're affiliate marketing or they're just getting into the event.
Absolutely. Just one second. Let me mute LinkedIn. There we go. I love affiliate marketing. That's how I actually started in the online world. I heard about affiliate marketing. I was like, oh, come on. Really? I didn't even believe this was a thing. And so it was a little bit different than the affiliate marketing that Nicole's talking about, because I was affiliating for tools that people use to build businesses online. And so things like HoneyBook, Kajabi, Stan Store, things like that. But when I saw it was within the first month that I was making income from that. And it was crazy because all I did was share the link in a few different places. It wasn't any big push on my part. I just shared it in my content a few different times, and money started coming in from that. And so there are many different ways to do affiliate marketing. And I was just thinking, as Nicole was going over this, that one of the things that we will be doing is creating a few short tutorial videos on affiliate marketing to put inside our school group, which make sure you go to that because it's full of tips and resources that can really help you grow your business. Now, on the back end of that, I teach people what to do with their leads, how to utilize them after something happens. But I do want to talk on the affiliate marketing. I would say, as a simplification strategist, that yes, you want that everywhere. You want every time you go meet with people, if they are aligned, then you want to put your effort there in having them promote your product, your course, your class, your event, whatever that looks like. But I would really caution you to make sure that they're aligned, because what that does is not just for value's sake. I mean, obviously, you only want to hang out with people and associate with people that have good standards. But if you go to somebody who obviously has your same audience, that knows the people that you want to get in there, if you're specific in that outreach and you're sharing your link with them, you're going to get a far better response than if you just threw it willy-nilly to the wind, everybody that you talk to. Because let's face it, sometimes when we're networking, we get on calls with people where there is no alignment, and that's not going to be the place to really share that affiliate link. But I do love the affiliate process. And one thing that I'm going to talk about is look at this. Know what this is?
You got the
It is.
book. You
And
got
you
the
know what?
book.
It's the daggone repetition. This
Yeah.
is huge in the simplification process, is just being able to repeat things. And Alex does it so well. I think as Nicole was saying, just for a little bit more clarity, she said you have to say the phone number three times. Like they used to do this in the commercial, back when TV had that little thing that came on every night at 10 o'clock and said, "Do you know where your kids are?" That was a real thing. I know you youngins probably don't believe that, but they did that. Uh, every night, and then the TV actually went off at midnight. Like there were no channels on. The TV service actually turns off. All of them did. So that was a different day and age. But when Nicole was saying say something three times, say your phone number three times, one of the things is when we're building out our business is to have three clear, distinct ways to say the same thing about what you do, but different ways, because people hear things differently. Just like, during a TV commercial back when they did those, somebody may be up getting their tea during the commercial and they may miss the first time that that's said, right? And so you want to make sure that you have three distinct ways that you're saying the same thing about your business so people get it. And I would say when you have affiliates, you can always give swipe copy and things like that, and you can have it in three different ways as well so that they're able to reach more people. Some people don't know that, and really, as the CEO of your business, it's your responsibility to get your message out there the correct way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And yes, so there is a difference when we're talking about, saying things three times. You want to say it three times because that's muscle memory. Then you want to say it different ways. So that is actually two separate things. So when we're getting into learning that, and that's more, the more you do, the more you know how to reach out to people. Are you saying it on audio? Are you giving it a visible, putting it out there visibly? Are you sharing, and this is where you get into reels and clips and shorts and videos and podcasts. So there's so many different ways that you can angle it and take that. And where that is golden is when you have an event and you understand that that you share it different ways. When you have an event, a live event, one, you're live. Two, you've got a live audience. Three, you're engaging, right? Four, when that's over, not only you're hitting people up with your workflow and your thank you for coming and all that great stuff, and you're popping that in the CRM and you're mixing it up and you're sending it all out to the universe of things. And then you're going to absolutely cut out that video and take clips of the video. So there's all these parts and pieces, and there's all these ways that we learn and grow. But this is the great thing that I love about what Alex Hormozi does, is because when you do this and when he's talking about that, it's just the same thing again and again, structured all different directions. And that's what we're bringing for you guys here on the Voice Lab. We want to bring you absolutely our goal every day on the Voice Lab on School. I put the link in the comments below. You guys get into that. When we're looking at this and we're going through life on here and we're going through business, it's all about leverage. How can you do one thing and reach 100 million people? How can you do one thing and reach 100 conversations? And that's what this is talking about. One talk, 100 clients, which equals 100 conversations. You can have one talk, 10, 20, 100 people in the room. You're embracing everybody. You're giving it to one thing. If you just send out a social media post, you're probably not reaching that clientele, but it's a long game. So it's continuous. And what else does this do for you? It does this great thing for your clients, because your clients know that they can trust you to say the same thing. They can trust to understand that your clients know that you're going to be there, that you're reliable because you're everywhere and anywhere that they are. your clients are like, whoa, hey, I didn't know you were on LinkedIn. Oh, hey, you're on Facebook. Oh, hey, you're at this event. Oh, hey, you're in this networking group. And they see you everywhere as long as you're focused and say, hey, today I'm just visiting. And that's what we're doing with the school Voice Lab on the school platform is we're bringing, it's not just myself and Colleen or Colleen and myself or however that is that's supposed to come out and articulate properly. But what we're doing is we're bringing not only us, but we're bringing other experts into sharing master classes because we want to help you build your business and grow. We want to help you show up and shout out on stage. If you have all the tools for your business, if you have all the things you need for your business, you're going to come to this one place and you know that you can get everything that you need in this one-stop shop. You don't have to raise your hand, Colleen. Just come on in.
I don't want to interrupt you. I don't want to interrupt you, but I want to go back to repurposing our content because for me, that's just brilliant. So Nicole, let's break it down for our audience. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Let's say that Nicole and I are doing a podcast together and it's going to be 60 minutes long. It is recorded. Now we're going to take that and we're going to take the full recording and we will put it in share it in different platforms, different places that it didn't go live perhaps. Then we're also going to edit it. And we use tools to do that. I personally use Riverside. I upload it. I select Made for You, and it cuts little clips that are probably 30 to 90 seconds long that it finds valuable. Then I go into each of those clips and I edit them a little bit. Now, that clip, let's say that I said something brilliant on the podcast, and there's a little clip of it, and I'm like, oh, if the whole world could hear me say that, they would understand me better. That clip can be added to my newsletter. It can be added to an email that goes out. It can be shared as social media content. I can also pull the transcript. Pulling the transcript, I can take the transcript. Oh, listen, this is so fun for me. I can take the transcript and plug it in Manus AI and Claude and ChatGPT and any of these and say, hey, give me 15 pieces of great captions, social media content, or newsletter topics, whatever that looks like, and it will spit those back out to me from that one piece of content. This is where repurposing comes. So it's not you standing around all the time saying the same thing over and over. You can say it once and then broadcast it to hundreds. That is better than saying it 100 times, right? And it's quicker, it's easier, it simplifies the process. And then you're not scrambling like, what do I say today? What do I say today? I don't know. What'd you say last week? Go grab last week's podcast and do the same thing. And if you don't have that, let's say that right now you don't have a platform, then go sit down and just record yourself. You can write a script. You can pull it up on screen in front of you. You can literally, and I've done this, me, Honest Engine, put it up on your screen in front of you, turn on Zoom and go through your script and just say all the things and do the same process. Because nobody's going to know. It's just going to be a clip of you speaking the same exact way it's a clip of me speaking right now from this podcast, right? And so when you get on event stages and let's say you go to an event's plot twist is coming up, right? Go to hers, you speak on it. You're going to get the clip, the video from it. Take that and do this. Go over to Riverside, plug it in, get your shorts, share the longs with the caption of, hey, I was on an amazing summit this weekend. If you missed it, I just want you to know you can grab the replay here. And there's your caption for new social media content. You can even put bullet points in there. Or you could say some of the questions that were asked or that came up were these. And so you can review those things in there. And then you can take your shorts and do the same exact thing. Create your content. Carry the conversation over into your email follow-up. Now, I would advise, because it's a lot of work going on a summit, sometimes you're emotionally tired because we build it up to be such a big deal when it really isn't, to speak publicly. But I would advise that you have your emails ready to go. After the summit, grab these things, go in and edit your emails to focus on the questions that were asked of you, the points that other speakers brought up, create your clips, create your content, edit that into your emails. What you're doing then is you're carrying on the conversation. You start with Nicole at the pre-party, which she likes to call the speaker panel. But come on, me and Kimberly Crow were like, if it's not fun, we're not going there. And so
Right?
it's a pre-party. Nicole can call it speaker panel in her prim way, all she wants, but it's a pre-party. So you go to the pre-party, you get clips from that if you want, and then you're gonna build a little bit of rapport with the other speakers right then, and with your hostess, and then also with the audience a little bit. Then you go into the summit. Make sure you attend as much as you can over the 3 days, or 2 days, or one day. Don't just pop in 5 minutes before you speak, but actually be there. Be in the comments. Build those relationships. This is your chance to create a ton of content. So get in there, interact in the chat, interact with the guest, interact with the speakers, deliver your beautiful wisdom that you have about your business. Be prepared to answer those questions, and then afterwards take the clips in the video of all of this. Take it over to Riverside, run like a little fat girl with a cookie, and go plug it in. And get your clips, get your shorts back. Go create your content. I promise you, you can create 100 pieces of content off of one hour event speaking thing, 45-minute speaking event. You can create 100 pieces of content. Okay, now let's break that down. What does that do for you? Well, honestly, you should probably be posting at least twice a day, 7 days a week. So where are we at with that? So twice a day, that's 14 a week, and you've got 100. So you're at 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90. So you've got 6 weeks of content? Oh my gosh, off of one thing. This is what we're telling you, people. Simplify the heck out of your business and get seen and heard. This way, you're not putting out things that are aesthetically pleasing, that don't relate to you, that AI created, that were just crap, that aren't personalized. This is taken from you personally, and it makes all the difference in your business.
It really does. It really does. And I'd be running with the cookies too. But right. But the thing is that this is it. This is what we want to share with you, is these simple steps. And it's like, hey, is it that easy? Yes, it is. And let's talk stages. So, when we have content, you guys, there are spaces for you and places for you to speak. And I do want to share those 2 stages. We've got the Plot Twist Summit coming up, and that's for authors who want to share about their book. They want to speak, they want to get on the stage. In order to get that great content, you've got to get on the stage. So if you're a public speaker, or you have a book that you wrote, you want to talk about your book story, and really share that with the audience, and you want to have the gathering, the speakers panel, the fireside chat, you just want to go to that pre-party, and really to say, hey, you want to have fun, have conversation. And then there's also, if you're a publisher, you offer publishing support, illustrators, people like that, anybody that puts those books together. If you write, if you're a ghostwriter, all kinds of cool things. Maybe you do some PR. I'm talking about to people that do some PR, some public relations, some media for authors. That way you don't have to get outside your scope of work. This is another place to kind of do a book signing for people that want to hear about your great book and all that information, and maybe that fantastic story that you shared in your book, or how you got to your book, because that in and of itself can be a great story. There's also the authority code, and that authority code is for soul-led leaders. It's for leadership, and how do you influence your audience? And we want to share with people that on a smaller scale, with everything going on, you want to share the great tips on how you influence your audience. Maybe you only have 200 people on YouTube, but that's a smaller audience. But that means you're aligned with that audience. That means that you're not all over the place. You don't have an aligned audience, or you don't know what your avatar is and you're talking just to everybody and anybody. You want to have an audience that is razor focused, and that's what comes back to that affiliate marketing. So if you're affiliate marketing, you're getting on a stage and you're a fully aligned person, you're aligned in your business. We want you to be aligned from inside and outside. So know that you're worth, know what you have that you're bringing to the table. And we cannot change communities, and we cannot solve for people's pain points, even in life or your business, without knowing who you are inside and the change that you make. And it really will help move the needle in your business as well as your life. So you're not just working to work, right? You talk about this a lot, Colleen, with the businesses that you built, that you don't just live your life just for your business, but you work your business so you can live a great life.
Absolutely, because honestly, if you don't have a life you love, you'll never be wealthy. It doesn't matter. Money doesn't matter at the end of the day. I understand that it's a tool and it pays the bills. Believe me, I have bills. I understand that. But at the end of the day, if you have all the money in the world and you don't have a life you love, then you're going to be miserable and you won't feel wealthy for sure. Now, Nicole, let's go in and talk a little bit about, because if we're being honest with ourselves, speaking on stage, and maybe not for you, but I was the child that came home from kindergarten with the report card that said, very nice girl, such a nice girl, but my, she's chatty. Okay. And so I had the gift of gab from the time I fell out of the womb. But there's a difference between getting up on stage and speaking in front of people and speaking with people. And so that's one of the reasons that I always suggest going to the pre-party, is because then you become friends with these people. And so it's more of a conversation you're having instead of a performance you're putting on. And then also, I want to say that if this seems big to you, if you're like, I know I have to get seen and heard, but if I have to open my mouth to do it, I don't think that I can do that. Well, here's the thing. Nicole is going to be your girl. I cannot tell you what a wingman she is. Okay. And so the first time that I had bad experiences at summits, and then I met up with Nicole and I was so nervous, and I told her, look, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to need your help because this. She will absolutely help you along the way. She's going to hold your hand invisibly. Nobody's going to know that, but she will take the questions from you. She'll meet with you in advance. She'll get questions from you that you're comfortable answering. And your first couple times can be interview style. You can just sit and talk with your pal Nicole about your business. And she's intelligent on it because you've already met with her and she knows it. She knows the right questions. She knows your comfort zone, and she's going to really help you get comfortable there. If that still seems like too big of a step, then join Voice Lab. Gather all the tips, do your study, and then guess what you can do in there? You can apply to teach a master class. And that there's a huge difference. And when you apply to teach a master class, what happens? Are you going to be like, nobody's going to show up? Because I guarantee you, Nicole and I will be there. And Nicole and I know how to do this. And we know how to help you exemplify your business and share it in a really brilliant way. And so we're going to ask the right questions. We're going to interact. We're going to make you look really good during your master class, where maybe you have 10, 15. I don't know. Mine yesterday I had 4 people. But however many people you have there, that's your opportunity to build that relationship. And it's a really good way to get your feet wet in getting seen and heard, and get those clips that we're talking about that you can create your content. It's a whole process here. And our friend here, Alex, he's got it down pat. This is why we keep going back to what he does, is because it makes so much sense. We're not going to somebody who's fat to learn how to lose weight, right? We are going to somebody who has succeeded, and we're asking them how to build a business and following their tips. And so listen to what we are saying. Take action. Listen, everybody wants to own their own business. Very few people want to step up and be the damn CEO. It's a lot of work sometimes. And the hardest part is making the decisions. And so make the decision. Once you've made it, it's done. Make the decision. You're going to get seen and heard. Get in Voice Lab. Reach out. Find the places that you can speak, whether it's on events, on somebody else's podcast. You can do podcast trades. You can teach a master class. You can sit by yourself and make a little video to get your content to get started. So I think that we just can't run this home enough, that we really want you to scale your business, and you're going to need to be seen and heard in 2026 to do that.
Sorry, guys. YouTube signed me out of my own channel and then bounced me back to some other channels. Weird. There are all these updates so consistently in real time. Hey, YouTube, if you're doing updates, could you do that in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
Right?
Or
You
just
are still in the States. Yeah, right. Or just stop updating. Kept bouncing me back from everything from channel to channel. It was so weird. And I had to keep signing in. So odd, but this is the thing. And when you're talking about, thank you for that, Colleen, for saying, hey, you know what? When you want to get on the stage, when you're doing something, the good thing is everybody can do it because you have the tools here. But should you? And my point in telling you about what happened with YouTube is that, do you want somebody like myself that's going to be like, okay, I know how to troubleshoot and fix this in 30 seconds because we're live and we're on the air? Or do you want to flip everything, totally flip out live on the air, totally panic, shut everything down. I've seen people shut their podcast down. They just go on and panic. And it's like, hey, you're live. So do you want that expert in the room that's kind of going to hold your hand and say, hey, I'm going to support you and show you how to do this? But it's a lot better. It's going to take that 5 years plus, that 6 years plus of experience for me to teach you. Are you going to pay me? I'll do that. But listen, thinking about this in that way. What are you paying for in your business? If you're paying for somebody to bring the experience and the knowledge and just be calm and supportive and help you run your show so you can go be the leader and the CEO of your business, or are you going to try to take control and learn everything? It's good for you to know, but that's why we have the theory of everything with YouTube. And so you're just the theory expert. That's good because you have a business that you should be concentrating on that you know and love, just like the people that you hire. So if we all delegate and do the thing, we're all doing a better. We're all doing amazing, and everybody looks great. And that's the whole thing. And then with your workshop, when you did your workshop yesterday, when you're going through those workshops,
Funny.
the great thing is that you did it. And I do want to say something, and of course I'm going to say I thought you did a great job. You seemed comfortable. You seem like, hey, I'm here, I'm talking to people. You do have that gift of gab, and you use it to your advantage so you can say, hey, this is what I have. And when you guys are doing workshops or master classes or summits, if you're doing it yourself, or even if you have somebody there with you helping you out, just know that if it's not if something's going to fail, it's when.
Absolutely. And Nicole, I'm going to just interject here because I feel like, you know what? The reason I build my business, the reason I do what I do is because I have 37 years experience and everybody can learn from my mistakes. And I feel like, especially for midlife women, please learn from my mistakes and save yourself the headache. I am not a gatekeeper. I just tell you everything I know about business. So let's be really honest about my master class yesterday. Okay. So I decided 10 days ago that this is when I was going to do my master class. 10 days before my master class. I'm sorry. That I was going to do my master class. Maybe 6 days before my master class, I hired a mentor to help me because I had never done this before. And so I reached out to mentor. Now, go back a little bit. 10 days before my master class, I also threw my back out. And so I was taking opiates so I could get through everything. Well, here's an idea. Let's not take opiates and set up our entire automations and workflows and systems and then come off of them and go run a master class based on what you did while you were on drugs. What was I
Not the
thinking?
best decision ever.
It wasn't. I should have gone back through with a fine-tooth comb, and I did it. But I also thought that my mentor would be in there with me and that Nicole would be in there with me. And so we would have the buddy system kind of thing. However, because I did it on such short notice, they already had plans. And I didn't realize that until the night before. And I'm like, oh, well, fun. And then Canva updated overnight. And so I could not see the screen the way that I could the night before. And so it was an entire hot mess. And you know what? That is okay. I am so excited that I did it because it's done. And you cannot be prepared for the first time. You just
No.
can't be. You can't be prepared for every time. But now I'm more prepared because I did it once and I know what didn't work. And I've dissected that and I'm not private. I don't feel like, oh, shame on me. I only had 4 people. Well, I don't feel that way. I just don't. I feel like, hey, I did it. Therefore, I'm a step behind you, ahead of you, who's sitting there saying, I'm never doing this. So I did it. So learn from my experience. You want to hop in a call and I'll tell you everything that went wrong. I'm happy to do that. Just give you some pointers, but the point is that moving forward, I'm more experienced. Now I don't have to do my first time again. No reason to be nervous about that. And I've spoken lots, but I've not done a master class. And this is one in a series of 4. And so it was really good to get out of the way. And even now, I've been building businesses for 37 years. I am more comfortable knowing I have a wingman, somebody who can watch both screens. That is a part of my business that I suck at, is watching multiple screens at the same time and finding the daggum camera to look at. If you ever notice that, if you didn't notice it, you're going to notice it every time you watch me now. I don't know if it's because I'm old, but I have a hard time finding the camera. And so I felt like yesterday was not the best experience, but I am super excited that I did it. I'm super proud of myself for doing it, and I am ready to move forward with that and excited to keep doing it. So please reach out, ask questions, and then get you a wingman to help if you're nervous, right?
And schedule it out,
Yeah.
right? So that, and that's the thing too. When we work, I don't know if you guys remember, and Colleen, I bet you remember this, The Odd Couple, Oscar and Felix, and Oscar, Felix would be at the whiteboard and he would go through the word assume, right? And he would draw it out and he'd go, "Hey, it's making an ass out of you and me," right? So and then again, you had a lot going on, but the fantastic thing is you learned from that, you got it out of the way, and when you do it the first time, you want to get that all out of the way and know that you planned and you have this other, and you did put that in there, so you guys, from tech to chaos, from tech chaos to control, so that is in the chat as well. You guys can sign up for Colleen's workshop, but she has that scheduled out so she can do it again and again. And it's repetition, it's doing it. And it doesn't matter how many times you do it, you should still never do it alone. You really want to schedule it out with somebody else in the room, because first, if you have tech issues, somebody else can co-host for you and do that. The other thing is there are always updates, and we learned that today. We learned that yesterday, that Zoom and Google and everybody, you guys, it's just saw me. I talked about it earlier. YouTube in real time was updating. If you have somebody else doing that, then you know that you can be more comfortable with your call to action, and that there's a lot going on maybe in the chat. And as this grows, and as you become more comfortable and confident in that new thing that you're doing, doesn't mean you're not experienced, but it is a new thing that you're doing. And if you're on a stage and you're speaking and you think you need to do the whole summit yourself, or you need to do the whole workshop yourself, you're missing out on concentrating on your audience and valuing your audience. And also, your audience, there's smaller audience, they want more time from you. Just like in the schools years ago, when the parents, and they probably still to this day, small class sizes. You
Yeah.
want small class sizes because you give a personal experience, and you can concentrate on all the messaging and your call to action and not forget things. So it's just a great way to do that. And hey, guess what, guys? You can absolutely affiliate those master classes and those workshops. So you want to look at that, and that is all in planning. So if you 10 days is a short time. So you want to plan, but knowing also, though, Colleen, the other thing is you knew that you were going to do this again. You
Yes.
knew that you had that planned. So that short time span, as long as you know, and you come with the forethought of what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, and that you're building it. Because on this end, if you do it small and then you go larger and larger and larger, and then you get into, maybe more of other events as well. And this is what we want to look at with people, is to say, hey, stepping back, detaching, getting an aerial view of this, your workshop, as that grows, now you have more content from that workshop that you're gonna plug in to your AI bot of things, and you're gonna spit out some social media. And also, you're gonna know with the questions that you did have from the group of people that were there, that's a beta test. And how great is that? Because you're getting the data, the analytics, and you know their questions, because there may be a question you forgot, or you didn't think about, that the audience member had a problem. What I loved about what you were doing, and this is important in your events, real time, in Colleen's workshop, in that masterclass, real time, she was getting on the computer and showing people the back office of Go High Level.
Yeah.
People think there's a big mistake there. People think that they want to just talk at you. There's a time for that, but you're asking and solving problems in real time. And that is the key of the experience as an expert in business that you bring to the table for your customers, is that personalized service. And that is something that you can show in real time. Oh, okay, I never thought about that. And hearing
Right.
the audience member say that.
Right. And that really gave me the opportunity too to solve a couple problems for people that they'd been having for months. And so that was important. Literally, they popped in and got their solution right away. I do want to say too that once you have spoken on a summit, spoken anywhere, that part of your business that can be built out into a master class, things like that. And then let's back up to actually having a summit and if you're going to pay Nicole or not. Let's reframe this. Let's say that you are having I don't know, a big party. Maybe it's a welcome home party for someone or a 16th birthday party for your daughter, something like that. Do you want to be the one to do all the work? Because if you are, then what that means is when your room is full of guests, you're over there, you're putting ice under food, you're restocking food, you're making sure drink spills are cleaned up, you're making sure crumbs are cleaned up, the dog is kept out, all the things, right? And if you hire somebody to do that, and you can hire a caterer who will come in and you won't even have to think about the food. Sure, you can make the decisions as to what you want, but they take care of all of that. You can have somebody that's there just for general help that takes care of spills, that keeps the dog out, that takes care of the screaming baby, all the things like that. And so when you hire an event hostess that goes and creates it for you, or event strategist, what are you, Nicole? She's an event.
It, it,
I don't,
it basically it's an event coordinator,
there you go.
strategist, and all of the above. So, just I coordinate the events, I strategize the events, and so it all for me is just assisting you with that marketing leverage. And that is what I do quite
And it's a,
simply.
yeah, it's a concierge service. And so when I hired Nicole, and I'm speaking from experience, and I do not, just to be clear, you can watch every single piece of content I ever put out. I do not boost people or say that they did a good job if it wasn't top notch. There are very few people, maybe three, that I've done that with online in the 2.5 years I've been here. Nicole is one of them. She didn't just go create it for me. She sat down with me and took my ideas and took all of my input and built it out in a concierge format, exactly what I wanted, so that it was my summit. I was responsible for it. I paid her for it. She helped me come up with ways that I could monetize it. She had ideas and tips and strategies and things that I had no idea about. And she really positioned me in a place that she could tell me what to put on, where to be at what time, and I showed up and shared my business and I looked really good because I didn't have to worry about who was bringing the food or if something got spilled or the dog got let in or whatever that looked like. I let her take the lead in what she was really good at and I showed up and shared my business. And so you have to think about your business like everybody has marketing dollars in your business. If you don't, then shame on you. You should have, because how are you going to build your business without that? But where you put that, you need to put it somewhere strategically where you're going to get a great return on it and it's going to take things off your plate that you either don't excel at or you don't like. And so, really hiring an event strategist to do that and then making sure that you have a plan. And Nicole's the perfect person to say, hey, this needs to be your plan. You need to be able to follow up like this, or have the pre party, or have the post party, or whatever that looks like. But have a plan that you can follow through so that you're really taking advantage of everybody that opted in to participate in one way or another, either as a speaker, as a guest, as a VIP, whatever that looks like. Really have your lead system set up so that you can take your leads and throw them into your emails and carry on those building those relationships. Otherwise, it wasn't worth it. You're just leaving them on the table if you don't do that.
Well, that's 100%. And Jeff, the business guru, is in there on the YouTube channel. And uh, if on one of the channels, somebody put in there, if you plan to fail, you fail to plan, right? I think that's Dave Ramsey that had said that. If you plan to fail, you fail to plan, and you want to plan. And that way you can plan your launch. That way you can plan your sponsorship. This way you can plan to do and have the content, and somebody else can get that for you. It takes a lot. Not everybody wants to go back there and get all the transcripts, right? Not everybody wants to go back there and edit that video. If you're not marking down your time and you're trying to do everything, you're in there for 4 or 5 hours doing a video that if you hired somebody like myself and I was just putting time down for something, takes me about 5 minutes to do something. Sometimes it takes me 30 seconds. You saw on here, it took me 30 seconds. I know people that have tried so hard to do it themselves because, it was just a friend of mine a few years back, and I was like, hey, I can edit this video. Take me about 5 minutes to do. They wanted to prove me wrong, right? We all want to see we're better. I can figure this out, right? It was just a fun test, right? It was a challenge for them. So I showed them how to edit the video. They went in there, it took them 3 days to edit the video. It took me 5 minutes to do some. They had to read the information. They had to find the information. They couldn't remember their login. They couldn't remember their password. How many hours did it take them to do that project? Right. And I was like, hey, you called them up. Hey, where's that video you were going to edit that we were going to post? Well, I decided, hey, I just can't do it. Right. It was like every excuse in the book. But the fun, and I say this lightheartedly because there's things I can't do that they can do. Right. I don't have, I didn't have the ability for, like, they have great health knowledge. They had great vitamin knowledge. I didn't have that, right? The knowledge and experience that they have. I have a ton of knowledge of it because I'm just a researcher at heart. But, and this is to say that there's some things like Colleen, there's just so many there, I like go high level, but I'm not in go high level like you're in go high level. And I'm like, I'm just not interested. I'm like, oh, I do know how to do that, but I really don't want to, and that's where that matches. And so when we're talking, what does this have to do, if anything, with affiliate marketing? Do you know your audience? Do you know who you're working with? And I know I can send something to Colleen and say, hey, I've got this. I've got affiliate package on this. If this is an interest to you and your audience, please share. If not, that's okay too, because our audiences are alive and our mission and our purpose is aligned. Other people that we work with people. We got Jeff in here, the business guru, in there in the chat. We know there's other things that he does. LinkedIn. He loves working with LinkedIn. It helps us with that. So having a person like that, hey, I've got those questions, or I can refer somebody to you. It's knowing the people and their strengths. And this is that know, like, and trust, and that relationship building. It has everything to do with your marketing and your ads and who you're talking to. So if you,
Nicole,
yeah, go ahead.
I think that it's important too to be a good affiliate. We didn't talk about that at all. I just want to do that before we close out, because when I have something that I share for somebody, let's say that I get in 10 one-on-one calls this week with people that are truly aligned with me, and I share Nicole's upcoming summit with them. Maybe 6 of those people are like, oh, really? I was looking for speaking events. Or one thing they always say when I close a call is, how can I help you build your business? And they're like, I really would like to speak somewhere. And I'm like, boy, I got your girl. And then I turn around to Nicole and I say, hey, Nicole, I met with Amy. Amy seemed like she was really interested in being a part of Plot Twist. Here's her contact information if you want to follow up with her. But at least it's a hot lead coming to Nicole. And so Nicole can do something with that or not do something with that, but that's on her. But as a good affiliate, I want her to know that, number one, I'm making the effort. And number two, this is what the response has been. And that is, even if there isn't a response, I can say, hey, I met with 12 people and told them all about this and nobody seemed excited. Then Nicole knows that maybe she needs to reword something, reframe something, do something a little bit different, or help me do something a little bit different. Maybe she can review with me how I'm presenting it, but it really just gives you the opportunity for that. And so the two things that we're talking about besides affiliate marketing is, if you get on the stage and you have whatever your stage is, and you get done and you're like, whoo, thank the good Lord that's done. Okay, margarita time, and you're out. That's one scenario that a lot of people do, okay? Or you get on the stage. Afterwards, you go take a little siesta, get your energy back, come back, grab your video, plug it in, get your transcript, take that personalized content that you created because it fell out of your mouth. So it's okay to use AI to help you refine that. Plug it into your AI. And while your AI is working, go get you a tea, come back in, take that. Now you have your content. You can go edit your emails to include some of this content. You can edit your newsletter to include it. And you have that to share around. 2 different ways of building a business, and clearly 2 different results. And so you need to decide, as the CEO of your business, what's the simplest way for you to scale? And is this going to work for you? Getting seen and heard in 2026? And if it is, then go join Voice Lab group, submit a speaker sheet so that you can apply to have a masterclass inside the group and use our audience. I think the last masterclass we had 20, I want to say 27 people. It was 2 hours long. And Nicole and I both had other commitments at the end of the 2 hour mark. And so they moved that masterclass into a different Zoom room and people stayed for the full 2 hours. It's that good. So you want to make sure that you get in there and that you take the tips and tricks and then you go apply to do a masterclass so that you can start practicing getting seen and heard. We are going into month 4. Fourth quarter's over. Time to take action. If you want a different result, by golly, you better take a different action.
Absolutely. And that's what we're doing right now, guys, is we're supporting you on the school platform. We're supporting you in Voice Lab, not only in front of the camera, behind the scenes, but with a group. And we're bringing those master classes in for you to have a better and build a better you and a better business. Also, if you're a speaker or a sponsor and you're looking for a stage to sponsor, support, and show up on, so you can share your affiliation, you can share your product, you can have a great strong call to action, get seen and heard. Click those links, Plot Twist a Gathering and Authority Code. Also, there will be many more stages shared on the Voice Lab platform, just straight to our group. And so go ahead, sign up, click those links. We'll see you in a few. We'll see you in a couple days. Bye-bye, bye-bye. So let me bring this up and we're out.
Busy, booked, exhausted. Your inbox is screaming at you like a siren. Your calendar is still full. Still calling yourself visible and you're just the best kept secret? Turns out I was right there with you, my friend. Wasn't getting seen, was just the best kept secret. Wasn't getting heard, definitely, kind of getting paid. But here, the magic, my friend. It's a collaboration between Colleen Stubbs and Nicole Borghi. The Voice Lab on the school platform shows you how to use podcast spotlights, summit stages, and simplified, yeah, that's right, simple outreach systems so your visibility actually works. Get seen, get heard, join the free Voice Lab on the school platform, and you're going to get it all. Because if you're working this hard, someone else should know about it. Scan the QR code today.